Hello dear students. In last class, we studied about the exceptions in the law of independent assortment, where we studied about the polygenic inheritance and then little bit about epistasis. In that lecture, I mentioned a term linkage. Today, we will study about this revolutionary concept of linkage. This was a great breakthrough in the field of genetics. So what is this linkage all about? Now you can see I have written two terms here, linkage and recombination. The literal meaning of this linkage in terms of genetics is that the physical association of two genes on a chromosome. Well, Mendel did not know about chromosome. He had just used the terms unit factors, which he considered as the discrete units which pass on from one generation to the next. Later on, Sutton and Boveri explained about the chromosomal theory of inheritance. So this work is in continuation with chromosomal theory of inheritance. The work was done by another revolutionary scientist whose name is T.H. Morgan, Thomas Hunt Morgan. He is known as the father of linkage, or today we also call him as father of experimental genetics. What did he do? Let us find out the work he did on a very small fly called Drosophila melanogaster, fruit fly. What is so special about this fruit fly? Let's find out. Now let's study the work of Thomas Hunt Morgan, who is known as the father of experimental genetics. He experimented with this tiny creature which is called as Drosophila melanogaster or a fruit fly. What were the advantages of using these fruit flies for experiment? These are the reasons. They grow easily in lab. They produce large number of offsprings. There is a clear differentiation between male and female. Then they can be easily analyzed through the simple microscope, and they have only 4 pairs of chromosomes which could be studied, and they exhibit wild and mutate forms very separately, and they have a very short lifespan of only 2 weeks. So these were the reasons because of which Morgan experimented on them and came out with linkage, the concept of the two genes being physically together on the same chromosome. Morgan performed many dihybrid crosses on these fruit flies, and he gave the concept of X chromosome linked genes. Also, he said that if the genes are present on the same chromosome, they will not show the law of independent assortment in F1 generation. Here you can see the body color and the eye color. Both the genes are present only on X chromosome. And you can also observe that the genes W and Y are very closely present in the same chromosome. So in F2 generation, they will not show the similar 9:3:3:1 combination, because these genes will not assort independent of each other. So they will show more of the parental type, and very few will be exhibiting the recombinant type of combination. So now you have understood that the work of Morgan was very complex, and he gave many concepts. He gave the concept of linkage, he gave the concept of X chromosome linkage, he gave the concept of crisscross inheritance. To study all these, we must know more about these two terms. One is linkage, other is recombination. They are in a way opposite words, which means if there will be linkage, the recombination frequency will be less, or vice versa. So linkage means physical association of the two genes. We know, as per chromosomal theory of inheritance, chromosomes pass on from one generation to other. Because when the genes are present on the same chromosome, they will have the tendency to be passed on as it is to the next generation. So they will not show law of independent assortment. And all the genes present on one chromosome will form one linkage group. So the linkage group is calculated on the basis of haploid number of chromosome in each cell. So can you tell me the number of linkages in human cell? Yes, we will have 23 linkage groups because chromosome number in human cell is 2n is equal to 46. So n becomes 23. So we will have 23 linkage groups. Likewise, the Pisum sativum where 2n is equal to 14. So how many linkage groups will be there? So linkage groups will be 7. N is equal to 7. But all these genes present on one chromosome will not have the same linkage, or you can say their extent of linkage will be based on their position on the chromosome. If the two genes are present very closely to each other, they will show complete linkage. Their linkage will be more stronger. If they are far apart, their linkage will be comparatively less. So based on that, Morgan explained the concept of complete linkage and incomplete linkage. Let's find out it. This is there in your book. There is a cross shown, and let us study and understand that cross A and B shown in your book. Now let's compare the two types of linkages as explained by Morgan through his experiments on Drosophila. These experiments are given in your book, page number 84, figure 5.11. These are two crosses which are showing complete and incomplete linkage. Cross A shows complete linkage, cross B shows incomplete linkage. Let's study the details of these two linkages. Cross A, there is a linkage of gene Y and gene W, which are very close to each other, is shown. Whereas cross B, the linkage of W and M, though they are on the same chromosome, but they are far apart. So just by their presence or association on the same chromosome, they will show different types of percentages. In cross A, you can see in F2, 98.7% are parental types, which means these two genes have the tendency to be inherited together, or you can say they do not show any crossing over. So the recombination frequency is very less, only 1.3%. Whereas in cross B, because W and M, they are far apart, they have more chances of showing crossing over. As a result, they show more number of recombinant frequencies. So parental types is 62.8%, whereas recombinant types are also increased. They are around 37.2%. So with this, Morgan explained the concept of the physical association of genes on the chromosome. So you can say if the two genes are more closer physically, they have greater tendency to be inherited together in the next generation, and they show less recombination frequency. Whereas if the two genes, they are on the same chromosome but they are far apart, they will show greater crossing over frequency and they are showing more recombinant types. Let us now correlate the concept of linkage with recombination. First of all, the linkage frequency is inversely proportional to the distance between the two genes on the chromosome, which means if the distance between the two genes is more, linkage is less. And this recombination is based on the crossing over frequency. If the two genes are far apart, they will have more chances to show crossing over. As a result, more recombinants will be formed. If more recombinants are formed, which means crossing over has taken place, and crossing over has taken place because they are far apart. So the distance between the two genes can be identified by identifying the recombination frequency. How can you calculate recombination frequency? There is a simple formula. So recombination frequency is equal to total offsprings recombinants. Whatever recombinants are produced out of total offsprings produced in the particular generation, you can identify the recombination frequency. So recombination frequency is equal to total offspring recombinants upon total offsprings multiplied by 100. So that will give the recombination frequency. And the distance between two genes can be found out by using 1% recombination as 1 centimorgan. 1 centimorgan means 1% recombination. This was done by another scientist who was a student of Morgan only. Let's find out the concept of this recombination frequencies and the chromosomal mapping now. The concept of complete and incomplete linkage given by Morgan was basically due to the recombination frequencies shown by the two genes on the chromosome. Here let us take the example of A and B, which are very close. So they are more likely to stay together in the next generation. Whereas A and C, though they are on the same chromosome, but they might separate in the next generation. So the position of the genes on the chromosome is based on their crossing over frequency. Based on Morgan's work of complete and incomplete linkage, or you can say recombination frequencies, one of his students named Alfred Sturtevant gave the concept of genetic map. He used the recombination frequencies to calculate the distance between the two genes. If the two genes are very close to each other, this means they have very less recombination frequencies. And if the two genes are far apart, their recombination frequencies are more. So these genetic maps are nowadays being used in various chromosomal studies, linkage studies and their analysis, and in studying genome sequencing. So we can say that both Mendel and Morgan, they provided a stage or a background base where other scientists could perform more experiments and could explain the concept of genetics. That's why they are given the status of, one is known as the father of genetics, Mendel, whereas Morgan is called as the father of experimental genetics or father of linkage. I hope This concept is clear to you? Thank you.